Hey guys, today I will review the Buck Marksman 0831. But before that, I'm going to bring up the specs for a couple seconds. We'll go over some of the features, pros and cons, and then we'll finish up with my recommendation. So don't go anywhere. Please. Hey guys, I'm Jay, and before you is the Buck Marksman, model number 0831, and as you can see, it is the Tanto bladed version. Now, this is a very unique knife, and it features the SLS, or strong lock system, that was created by company G&G Hawk. So do you guys mind if I just go ahead and refer to it as the BM for the duration of the video? Now, I will try and do that without giggling like a child if I can. The BM is a very, very interesting design. Now, of course, this is actually manufactured in the good old US of A. Look at that. I don't know about you, but I probably... do I even have another knife in my collection that does this? Yes, I do have one. Some of the features of the BM 0831, it is very, very drop shuttable, as you can see. Oh, there, I got it. Buck did go ahead and include a sharpening choil on this guy. Thank you very much. The construction, if we go ahead and flip it around to the backside, is, well, very much closed, and it has to be for this type of lock, because it is just like a, well, like a metal strap that runs across the spine. I'm pretty sure that this guy is, let's see, wider than a pencil, but I just want to double check it. Yeah, absolutely. A little wider than a pencil. The clip is of the deep carry variety. It is just tip up only, but that is for righties or for lefties. There is a little bit of jimping in just the two places. It's going to be, let's see, here on the flipper and on the lock strap itself. The centering on this one is absolutely perfect. There is no lanyard hole whatsoever, which doesn't really bother me, but I know some of you do like to use lanyards. You will not be able to with the Marksman. Oh, before I go any further, I want to just bring in some other knives, just for comparison's sake. The Griptilian, Benchmade, of course. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and oh, why not? Just because I have this one out. The Kershaw Knockout. What do you say we go ahead and get a weight on this? We're looking at about 4.3 ounces. Not bad for a 3.5 inch long blade. And that's going to be the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 AA batteries. Now, there are a couple other variations of the Buck Marksman. One would be there is a satin drop point in the very same steel as this, the 154 CM. There is a version in S90 blade steel, but that one is very expensive, and it was a limited edition. You would only be able to find it on like the secondary market now. And the other one is, I so happen to have, is the S35 VN. Why don't we go ahead and get into some of the pluses and minuses of the BM 0831. Well, first, of course, the lock. I mean, it is just such an innovative design, and it's really nice to see that Buck did a really good job on it, and you know, they kept the manufacturing here in the United States. I already talked about the action, which as you can see is just incredible. The weight, that's not bad at about 4.3 ounces. You know, this for a 3.5-inch blade, that's pretty darn good. The lock is quite adjustable, which you may or may not have to do if you get your very own. You can actually slightly move this metal strap forward or backwards, or you can bend it a little bit just to get the action, you know, to exactly where you would like it. We talked about it is made here in the United States. The ergos are really, really good. Now the cons. Unfortunately, there are, yeah, quite a few of those. Well, let's start with the handle scales. I'm not crazy about the design here on these aluminum handle scales, or the blade shape. I don't know why they had to do these cutouts here on this Tanto blade, but I'm just not a fan of it at all. The blade grind actually on my version is, well, it lacks symmetry, which I will show you up close. Okay, so you see like that. Flip it over. Yep, it looks like they left on just a little too much material. I'll show you again on the one side. And you know, normally this would not bother me, but it's pretty darn noticeable. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I'm probably going to end up just like sending it back to Buck, because they do have a really good, well, a great warranty service. Unfortunately, I just have to pay to ship it to them. Now you can actually shake open the BM831. Some people, it doesn't bother, but it bothers me. So that is definitely a strike against it. The price. Well, I don't want to tell you what the price is just yet, but I will say it is expensive considering this is just 154 cm. And I don't mean just, but you know, it's not, 154 is not the worst, it's not the best. I would, to be honest, I would rather this was VG10 than 154 cm. Just my preference. Now, I also want to show you this. Now, for whatever reason, Buck decided to go ahead and, do you see these screws? This is so you can to flip the pocket clip if you would desire. And now those screws actually take a T5 Torx. You know, why not T6? I mean, most blades, most knives utilize, you know, T8 for the pivot and T6 for the body screws. Oh no, Buck decided to go with T5, even though the screws here on the lock, those are T6s. So I don't know why. I mean, why not just use T6 and T8? I mean, the Tanto is a little bit shorter than the drop point. I have no idea why. The handle scales, everything else, exactly the same, but different blade lengths. Go figure. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that this is my third try at the Buck Marksman. The others I had to send back for various reasons. The lock wasn't engaging. The grind was not symmetrical on both sides, as it is on this one. And take a look at the grind here on the S35 VN. Yep, they left on a little too much material, which is going to go ahead and lead us into, well, my recommendation. And Oh man, this is going to be a tough one because I really do love this SLS lock. I love the action. The weight is good. It's just, you know, the quality control has been terrible. You know what? You might get one that's perfect. Also, I wanted to show you the centering here on the S35BN. It is way off. You know, and this costs a little bit more than the 154 CM blade. So let me put it, let me put it this way. If you do get that perfect Marksman, I mean, you know, where the blade grind is good, the centering is good, the action, you know, you have no problems with the lock, then absolutely I would recommend this. Absolutely. But I don't know how many bad ones there are out there. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of perfect ones, but the knives I've received have really just not been perfect. And at this $85, this $130. So let's finish with a question. What do you guys think that I should do with my less than perfect Buck Marksmans in regards to like the blade grind? Should I send them back and get Buck to fix them? Or should I just shut up, quit being a sissy J and tough it out? You'll be okay? What do you guys think I should do? So please, please post your answers in the comment section below. If you would like to see some more of my hard use folders, then why don't you go ahead and click subscribe. And if this video answered, well, most of your questions regarding the Buck Marksman, then please leave a like. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by today. I really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys at the next video. You all take care.